So what is it with these bonnets, yo? I feel like we are officially at the precipice, okay? We are at the climax, the point of no return when it comes to these women wearing bonnets. It's ridiculous. I know you guys agree with me.
We laugh at the bill, but the numbers don't lie. Do the joke, do the mad moral financer. Financer, 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 moral financer.
All right, you guys, welcome back to the podcast of Archie's Briefings. I'm your host, Arshel Branch. Take the time, of course, to subscribe to this channel of Pocket Politics. If you haven't already, hit the notification bell so that way you guys are always up to date when episodes are released. I was unable to do an episode on Tuesday because I was not feeling well. You guys can probably hear it in my voice. Like there's a little bit of nasal and a bit of a sore throat. But I had to record because it's insane. Of course, get into the comment sections because I want to hear what you guys have to say. Share this video, like this video, and let's just go ahead and let's just dive right into it, you guys. So there's, a lot of reactions going around because you have a lot of black women, maybe not a lot of, but the videos that I am seeing of black women talk about why black women should be allowed to wear bonnets when they go to the jobs, that for any little reason they are being fired, they're being let go, they are slowly being pushed out of their positions. And we're talking about women who were in positions of power. They were in management. They had high positions in the government. Like they just had really good jobs, high paying jobs. And for some reason, they were being allowed to show up late to work. They were being allowed to wear hair bonnets in public, and not even just in public, but at the job. And it's already bad enough that women were wearing these in public. Now, we're not talking about, the ones that have like the flower sitting there so it at least makes up for it, right? Like I don't have an issue with the fancy design kind of hair scarves. I think that's fine. If you want to put a designer scarf on that makes it look fashion worthy. You could wear this to Fashion Week. You could wear it to the job and no one is questioning, it could be, is it because she's religious or is she just trying to be pretty in a different way? Like that's one kind of way. We're not talking about those types of hair bonnets. No, we're talking about the ones you just came out of the hair salon and you got your hair in rollers, you put the satin bonnet on. You are getting ready to go to bed, so you put your hair in a bonnet, right? Like when I put my flexi rods in, I put the bonnet on. I do not walk out my house wearing these things, okay? My grandmother and my mother, okay? Their whole thing was you don't walk out the house looking crazy, okay? A woman's glory is her hair. This is what my grandmother used to say. Now, whether you believe that, don't believe it, the fact of the matter is black women of yesteryear, they had standards, okay? They would not walk out the house looking crazy. There was a whole Judge Judy episode in the early 2000s. A woman literally had her car door open, checking her hair, checking her makeup, making sure that when she stepped out the car, she didn't look crazy. Hair was in the right place. Like my hair will be done. I'll be walking up the street and I look at my shadow and I have to ask a friend of mine, yo, does my hair look crazy? Because I don't even know. Like the shadow in the ground is making me think my hair isn't done. I just feel like, like right now I can see I need to get my hair done. But ultimately, I am presentable. I actually did something with it. Like it's right now in its natural state. So it's not done, but it looks presentable, right? If I'm going to go to work, my hair is going to be presentable. I'm not going to work at a restaurant with a freaking hair bonnet on. I'm not going to work in an office with a hair bonnet on. When I went to go sell Broadway tickets a few years ago, I did not go to work, okay, with a hair bonnet on, right? So what are we doing here? This just shows laziness, you guys. It shows you have absolutely no standards. And to have women say that they want to be treated with respect, black women, say they want to be treated with respect, treated like ladies, treated like, they're queens. But, when's the last time you saw a movie made about a queen and she looked like that? Right? You making yourself available to the public, you look presentable, right? I did a whole series about the American Cleopatras. I'm not saying that this means go broke over this. What it does mean is you look like you actually give a damn. You look like you care. You look like you are contributing to society. If you look lazy, why should anybody want to continue having you work for them? It was already bad enough that I was seeing women do this in public to go to the airport, okay, to go to the grocery store. Like, I got a problem with this. Really? You couldn't even put on a hoodie to cover your hair? Low key, because if I'm not trying to take my scarf off or my bonnet off, I'm gonna put my hoodie on. I ain't walking out of here. And it's like, because at least with the hoodie, I look normal, I look regular. Why are you coming out into society looking like you don't give a damn? But I had to respond to some of these videos that I was seeing on YouTube because I don't even understand why it's still a debate. And now y'all are being fired over it. And no, it's not because people are racist, okay? It's not because the workforce is racist. It's simply because they have standards. in a civilized society, we have standards. We don't want you wearing bonnets in the workforce, and we don't want you twerking at Lululemon. I don't understand why this is so damn difficult. So before I go any further with my diatribe, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull up this video of this young lady talking about how she works for HR. She used to work for this company. And, you know, this obviously is what's informing her opinion in this rant. She's talking about what's happening to black women in the workforce because of their character. As far like it's interesting. Let's go ahead and let's just run that clip for you guys. Okay. It's interesting. Okay, you guys. So this is the channel for the Det Chit Chat. I love her. I think she's fantastic. She's a Gen Xer. She's just remarkable. I'm a subscriber to her. I recommend you guys go check her out. She does all of these, you know, beggar talk videos, and it's hilarious. She's fantastic. So shout out to her. But she does have a couple of videos that she did like just give people to watch if they didn't want the commentary. So I'm just gonna, you know, I think I am gonna rewind a bit because low key it was funny. So let me just rewind a bit.
Talk to again. My job is gonna ask me, so you have until Monday to take out your hair. I did my hair so that I would not have to wake up in the morning. It was stressful to do. The fact that my boss did the same again today, I had to let this know I'm calling my lawyer. I am calling a lawyer. I am emailing.
Yo, the frog right here, yo, this, my whole sentiment right here. You're going to call your lawyer because you refuse to follow company policy. I'm pretty sure in the contracts it says you have to be presentable. Like the restaurant I work for, when I signed it, it said I'm not allowed to wear these earrings. Okay. That I have to keep my hair pulled back at all times, even if it is out and everything. I have to keep it pulled back behind the shoulders because people don't want hair in their food. And we don't want your earrings to fall out. And you can't have acrylic nails because that has chemicals and you're dealing with people's food. Even if you're just carrying plates, we don't want to risk any kind of contamination. So, right, there are rules and regulations to the company. There are policies you have to follow. You signed that.
And I'm going to write a letter to let that know, like, so you're worried about my hair. I still can't get the epic training. I still don't have access, but you're worried about my.
Did it ever occur to you that they're not giving that to you because you looking crazy right now?
Black women were at the top of their game for a while. But if they began to be a company nuisance, they would do anything to get their ass out of the door. And when I say a company nuisance, that means reporting discrimination, reporting racism. As soon as you do it, there is a target on your back. These companies will hold meetings with the top management and HR and say, hey, this person's becoming a company nuisance. They're affecting the company morale. What can we do to shorten their time with this company? At which point we would go through all the policies, procedures, your performance, the company handbook, and see if there is anything that they can do to get your ass up out of there. Things like you might have been able to be 15 minutes late consistently due to traffic before, but now they on your ass about your punctuality.
But talk about that pay disparity. Why is it that the white women and white people were probably making more than the black women that were there? Well, they weren't coming after you because, you know, you were 15 minutes late. Maybe not because the law says I can't, but I'm not about to pay you for the time you were late for. What time did you clock in? If you show up at 9:30, but you're supposed to be here at 9, you're going to get half the pay for the hour. Why do you think you're going to get the full either $13 to $25 an hour, whatever the number is? Why do you think you should be paid the full amount for the hour when you're behind showed up 15 minutes to a half hour late? There was obviously the law, DEI, was telling them that they were not allowed to get rid of you. But if you violate company policy, there is a legitimate reason to get rid of you. You didn't have the talent to be in this position, but now you're in it and I have to deal with you. I would rather you not be there. And if you give me any reason, okay, to get rid of you, I'm going to get rid of you. That's ridiculous. But you wonder why the pay disparity.
You might have been able to come into the office with a bonnet every now and then because you're having a bad hair day.
That right there. You came to the office with a hair bonnet. You came to the office with a hair bonnet. Are you kidding me? You came to the office with a hair bonnet because you're having a bad hair day. If you work in full-time Monday through Friday, trying to explain to me why didn't you, I don't know, brush your hair, wash your hair so that way it looks presentable. Like I can tell you right now, like my hair, it needs to be done. That's not getting done until this weekend. But it's presentable. It's been washed. It's been blow dried. It's been brushed, combed out. Like I look presentable. If I go to work, my hair is going to be presentable. If I'm getting in front of the camera, I'm going to be presentable. And this isn't me coming at women who want to do weaves, extensions, relaxers, They want to go dreadlocks, maybe crochet hair, braids, faux locks. Do what you're going to do. Look presentable, look cute, do your thing at an affordable rate, of course. That's what I think. But essentially, this is the reality here. You have all of these ways in which you can have your hair done. You could do it yourself. You can pay to get it done, be within reason of the price. And, why are you going to work with a bonnet on? I don't understand. So hair should only be done when you're going on vacation? Hair should only be done when you're going out clubbing? Hair should only be done when you're ready to point the finger at other women and say, why, you don't look good. You don't look as bad as me. You're not a baddie. I'm a baddie. Like when you want to be full of vanity, when you want to be disrespectful and egregious towards other women, this is when it matters to have your hair done. But when you go to your job, you don't think your hair should be done. And when it's done, you don't think that it should be presentable to be suitable for the workforce. You can't go to work looking like My Little Pony. And you can't go to work looking like you don't give a damn. You actually have to care. All right, guys. So you saw that. You heard that, right? The lady with the pink and blue hair looking like My Little Pony. Okay. We're talking about this woman who said that they're going to look for any reason to fire you. So if you're 15 minutes late, why are you late? And why are you wearing hair bonnets to work? It shows them that you don't care enough about the job. You don't care enough about the people we serve here as customers. You don't care enough about your coworkers. And I did see a video of a white woman saying that black women can get away with anything, that if a white woman walked in there 15 minutes late, that if a white woman walked in there wearing a hair bonnet, she would be fired. So you're creating racial conflicts within the office because you're able to get away with everything and white women are not able to do the same thing. Like, this is a problem. People, I was over women wearing bonnets in public, point blank, period. And it really started to piss me off when I started to see the men do it. When I started seeing men do it, I was over it. Yeah, no, we're going to stop this like today. Because now the men are doing it. If it was between the bonnet and the do-rag, I'd rather men wear the do-rag. But then you want to wear do-rags to the office. No, you don't get to show up to work looking like you don't give a damn. You don't get to show up in front of the customers looking like you don't care enough about them or yourself. Be presentable. Now, there is this video, you guys. This was years ago. It was done by the comedian and actress Monique. And she had something very interesting to say. And really, I'm just going to let her say it because it kind of says everything that I've been saying here. So let's go ahead and let's run that clip before I sum everything up, shall we? All right, guys. So this is it with Monique, the comedian. I'm going to let her say it. This came out 4 years ago, okay? Monique drops PSA about bonnets and pajamas in the airport. I can't stand people wearing pajamas on airplanes. I just feel like, seriously, like you couldn't even put on a sweatsuit. Seriously, it's retarded. Let her say it.
Yesterday, I was in the airport in Atlanta because I'm in Jackson, Mississippi now at Chuckles Comedy Club, right? And we got 3 shows tonight. We got a matinee at 5:30, then we got 7, then we got 10, right? And I'm excited. I always love going to the stage. So when we got to the airport yesterday, I was excited, like, all right, baby, let's go get him in Jackson, Mississippi. And as we began to walk through the airport,
what did you see?
I saw so many, actually too many to count and too many for me to tap. But I saw so many of our young sisters in head bonnets, scarves, slippers, pajamas, blankets wrapped around them, and this is how they're showing up
looking like bums
to the airport. And I've been seeing it, not just at the airport, I've been seeing it at the store, at the mall. I've been seeing sisters showing up with these bonnets and headscarves and slippers. And the question that I'm having to you, my sweet babies, when did we lose pride in representing ourselves?
Thank you.
When did we step away of let me make sure I'm presentable when I leave my home?
I'm gonna leave it there. Right. What happened to making sure I am presentable when I leave my home? And it's not just because she's older, okay? These are values that are shared from the women within the family. So if your mama didn't teach you, I'm looking at your mother crazy if you walk out your house wearing a bonnet. I'm looking at your mother crazy because why are you walking out the house looking ridiculous? My mother never leaves her house without earrings. Even when she puts on the fancy headdress scarf, because this is what women do, the fancy headdress scarf, right? That's what you wear when your hair isn't done. You put on the fancy headdress scarf that makes you look religious, right? People don't question you because, hey, maybe she's religious, right? They have no idea. But my mother always makes sure either got her lip gloss on, she got her earrings on. She never walk out the house looking crazy because that's what her mother taught her. My grandmother, World War II generation, okay? That's what her mother taught my mother. That's what my mother taught me. That's what my older sisters taught me. You don't walk out the house looking like you're a nut job. You don't walk out the house looking like a bum. You at the airport looking like a bum. You got the blanket wrapped around you. Seriously? You looking bummy right now. You looking lazy. You looking broke. You looking like you don't care. Why are you walking out your house looking like that? And now to make everything worse, you going to the jobs like that. Like she was just talking about going out into public to get on a flight, to go on vacation, just to go to the grocery store. You don't even care enough to put on a damn pair of sweatpants. It's ridiculous. This is retarded behavior. You are behaving at the bottom of behavioral standards, and then you get upset when the rest of civilization is saying, yeah, no, that's unacceptable. And with DEI gone, you're actually going to have to try. I'm going to come out of this. Like, this is insane. We're justifying as Black women wearing the bonnets in public that we shouldn't care what other people think, that it's because we've been conditioned to believe that this is how we're supposed to behave. We've been conditioned to believe that we have to meet a standard that is too high for us to meet. Is that what you're saying? Because I don't understand why it's so difficult to look presentable when you get in front of the camera. I'm sick and tired of seeing the Bonnet Chronicles. Oh my goodness, the economy sucks. Oh my goodness, my man left me. Oh my goodness, men ain't sugar honey iced tea. Oh my goodness, all these kids. Oh my goodness, they took away my snap. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Whoa, oh, whoa, oh, whoa is me. Life isn't that fair. I don't understand, but you walking around with the damn bonnet on your head. I'm sick of it, okay? I was over it when I started to see the men wear this, and this was back in 2022? It's 2026, and men are doing it now. You wearing bonnets because you got dreadlocks. Yo, men, this is not a trend to follow. Like, don't be like women in this regard. This is lazy. It is lazy. You look lazy. You look like you don't care. And before someone gets into my comment section and says, oh, why do you care, Arshel? Why do you care when you see women in public wearing the bonnet? And let me be clear. I don't care if you're Black, white, Asian. I don't care. You could be purple. You an American, you need to look like you have some, home training. You need to look like you are participating in civilization. Even if you're unemployed getting food stamps, I don't care. You go to the store, don't wear the damn bonnet. If you feel like your hair's not done, throw on a cap, throw on a hoodie, put some jeans and a t-shirt on. Going to fly, put on some jeans and a t-shirt. Heck, you can put on a pair of sweatpants and a hoodie. At least putting on a pair of sweatpants and a hoodie says you changed out of your clothes. It says you showered that day. It says you gave a damn that day, even if it is just a pair of sweats. Like, why are we going out into civilization looking like we don't care? And yes, this is going to impact you having the ability to get jobs. And then you are going all over the internet saying why you should be allowed to engage in this kind of behavior. Why should people watch you? Why should any job who sees this social media content and think to themselves, yeah, now I kind of low-key want to hire this person after seeing them say, I'm not going to change my hair. I'm going to wear bonnets. I might show up 15 minutes late. All because I'm Black. I can get away with it. DEI is not here anymore. So yeah, no, you can't get away with it. Your behind needs to be there 15 minutes on time. And on time does not mean you're supposed to be there at 9, you show up and clock in at 9. No, you're 5 minutes on time, then you're early. You show up on time, your behind is late. That's what that means, okay? Like, standards. What is the problem with having that? And you have the effrontery to sit here and say that civilization is racist, okay, because we think you should meet a standard. The same standard that your mothers and grandmothers did. Now, if your mothers didn't do it and didn't teach you, I'm looking at your mothers crazy. I don't care. I don't care. My mother never walks out the house looking insane. She taught me that same value. My older sisters, they don't walk out the house looking insane. I don't understand. And now you got the men doing it now. Don't go to work wearing the bonnet. Follow company policy and don't be going there looking like My Little Pony. Look at the Starbucks people who just don't want to be in uniform. Oh, I should be able to engage in my individuality. You want to have tattoos? Fine. You want to pierce your body and have septum rings? Fine. But if it interferes with how the machine that is the workforce is, that interferes with you having the ability to get the job in the workforce that is a machine that doesn't care about you or nobody else, then why should they hire you? If you're going to have these temper tantrums on the internet, they most certainly are not going to hire you. Like, check your standards and realize you should level it up a bit, just a tad, because I'm feeling like y'all look like bums, y'all look crazy, and this isn't because I'm saying that I'm drop dead gorgeous out here, because I'm not, like, low key. Like, I am a spinster. My hair needs to be done. But I did get in front of this camera looking presentable, right? Like, this isn't me boasting about my looks right now. This is, I put on some eyeliner. I put on some lip gloss. I put on the light to have some kind of a decent kind of lighting, right? I did my hair to be presentable in front of the camera. It needs work. I know it needs to be done, but I am natural in a natural state at the moment, so it's presentable because I care enough about my viewers and myself to try. And all I'm asking you black women is to try. Actually, we're doing more than that. We're going to be Yoda. Try not, just do. This whole position that these women have, I find to be totally retarded. Let me know in the comment sections, you guys. Again, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so that you guys are always notified when new episodes are coming out. Obviously, like this video, share this video. If you guys would like to support the channel, of course, you can cash at me at #RShellBranch. The link to the Cash App is in the description of the channel, so just scroll up, hit that, description box, and you can support that way. So thanks again for watching, guys. I know this episode's coming out a little bit late. I love you guys. God bless. Have a wonderful night. And of course, because it's me, Kepla.